Here are 10 underrated things for your stream. So what does make something a good purchase? It's either increasing productivity or it's increasing viewer experience. At the end of the video, I'll be telling you about something I regret buying, but here are the things that I do recommend buying for your stream. The first thing is our sponsor, Own.pro. With Own.pro, you can get your own stream overlays. With these overlays, you can make your stream very professional. You can have a starting soon screen, a PR back screen, a camera overlay, and everything you need for your stream. They've got tons of options, so there is definitely one that fits with you. And you know what the coolest thing about this is, guys? With code Trui, you get 50% off on a year subscription. Link is down below in the description. Besides of the sponsor, that's definitely something that I recommend. I think the most important thing that people overlook is lighting. With lighting, you can make things look so much better. This YouTube video looks good because of lighting. You might say it's because it's an expensive camera. But if I turn off the lights, it's not that great anymore. And I feel like my second light is already improving so much more. Hey Google, turn off the lights. And without the background lighting, it isn't great. Hey Google, turn on the lights please. I myself are using 2 Elgato key lights, using this neon sign from Elgato, which they don't really sell. And I just have a Philips Hue bulb in an IKEA lamp right here, which is like the cheapest lamp I could find. But with the Philips Hue light, I can actually use Google to turn it on and off. Then here we have an Elgato light strip, and here we have a Philips Hue light strip. Then in the back, which you don't really see, I also have a light all the way up there, which is lighting the back for when I use the second camera view with the webcam, which is the Elgato Key Light Air. And I'm also using an Elgato Key Light right above me as hair light. I'm not saying that you need as many lights as I do, definitely not. But at least get the key light that makes your face look good. And get a light for your background so you stand out from your background. You can obviously make that a cool color with RGB lights. And the one that is really cheap and I would recommend is a floodlight. I'll leave links to that down below in the description. Then the second thing on my list is the Elgato Stream Deck XL. I'm saying XL for a reason because when I started I bought the normal one and I'm always running out of buttons. I know you can make maps, but I'm not the map kind of person. I don't like clicking on the button a couple times to go in certain maps. I like to see the buttons while I click on them, so I have that visual confirmation that things are at a certain place on my Stream Deck. I know you can do a lot of things with keyboard bindings, but the Elgato Stream Deck offers just a little bit more and it makes it more convenient, so it increases your workflow. And the third thing is Skillshare. I've got a couple courses on Skillshare as well, but on Skillshare you can learn skills. That's why it's called Skillshare. Learning how to edit, how to speak publicly and stuff like that, it's really important. And the better you get at these things, the easier your workflow is going to be and the viewer experience is going to be. So this is kind of a double one. If you want to sign up for Skillshare, I have a link down below in the description. Then the fourth one is Submixes. What do I mean with Submixes? This is a way to have your audio in your headphones be different than the one on your stream. There's actual physical mixers where you can change the audio for your headphones and the output audio. You've got the Elgato Wavelength software, which comes with the Elgato Wave XLR, and it comes with the Elgato Wave. Next to that, you also have their competitor, Beacon. Beacon also has the Beacon Mix and the Beacon Mix Create, which also have submixes. And if you want to use something that's totally free that you want to use with your USB microphone, you can use Voice Meter Banana. I do have to warn you though, this one is a lot harder to use than the ones that are paid. Talking about microphones, you really need to make sure that your sound is alright. If you sound very bad, people will click away. Like, people will lurk if your sound's okay, but your visuals aren't. But people won't lurk if your audio sucks and your visuals are okay. So make sure that you have a good microphone. Right now, the Elgato Wave 1 is actually really cheap, and I think one of the best mics that you can get for that amount. So definitely recommend going for that one if you're on a budget. Then with your microphone, you want a microphone arm. This might look like something you don't need because it looks like kind of a gimmick that you don't have it on your table or something like that. But besides from it not being on your table, it has another function. You can get it closer to your mouth. If you've got a microphone that's like super far from your mouth, you gotta have to bump up the gain. By doing that, it's gonna pick up a lot more sounds from around you, which makes your audio a lot less crisp. So definitely making sure that the microphone is close to your mouth. It's way easier to achieve with the microphone arm. And another thing that can be really annoying with microphones is if you hear somebody say the word pop, it makes this plosive sound. Plosive. And if you talk directly into the microphone, it will give this wave of air. And this air is really unpleasant to listen to. You need something to stop it. You can either do that with a pop filter, which is a round disc that you can put in front of your microphone, or as you see on my microphone, you can do that with a windshield. Pop, 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 or pop, 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 pop. You'll probably hear a pretty big difference. It's because this foam is stopping the air, and the same with the pop filter, which is the round disc, is stopping the air that comes through and that wave of air that comes with it, which is a thing that sounds really unpleasant. Pop filters and windshields are really cheap, so definitely don't try to cheap out on those. And then for those of you who want to upgrade their webcam to a mirrorless camera or a DSLR camera, I recommend the Camlink from Elgato. This is a really small device where basically you put your HDMI cable in and then it records on your PC. You can use this with any camera that has an HDMI out. It basically makes your visuals from your camera go directly to your PC. Then something that isn't really improving your streams, but it is improving your productivity in a certain way, is a standing desk. With a standing desk, you actually help your body not die. Standing desk makes sure that you don't sit all day, which is a lot healthier. And because you're healthier, you've got better productivity. There we go. And the last underrated thing for your stream. But wait, don't click away yet, because we're also going to get that thing that I regret buying. But the last underrated thing is Twitch Turbo. You know why? With Twitch Turbo, you don't get any advertisements. So when you're trying to rate somebody, you don't get the advertisement while you're trying to type to them. And when you're trying to network or trying to do research into other streamers, you also don't have to watch any ads. So definitely recommend it for just $10 a month. Now the thing that I really hate buying, which is a green screen. And it's not just a green screen, because green screens on its own aren't a bad thing. The thing is, I bought this green screen, and because I have a small room, every time I didn't use it, I had to put it in a closet. But this thing was pretty big, so I had to fold it in, and I had to turn it weirdly to fold it, and then I had to hold it, but there's not a lot of space to turn it in here, so I had to kind of struggle with it. Every time I had to get it back in the package and had to get it under my closet. It was such a pain. And then after a while, I bought the Elgato green screen, which I could just pull up, and it was so much better. And since then, I actually improved it by hanging it on my ceiling instead. There it is. And talking about things that are super easy, I've got this video about how to set up sound alerts with bits, with people walking into your stream, with channel points. It's super easy to set up. It's super cool because it's increasing viewer experience, and that's what we're after, right? Let's go in there and I'll teach you how to do it. See you there.